Hello, I'm Bob Richey, and I'm a full time artist specializing in pastel landscapes and interiors. My philosophy when creating art is to keep it small because I like to explore a lot of subjects, and I feel like if each painting or pastel that I do, and it's almost daily, is a lesson in composition, and that way I grow quicker as an artist. And from a business standpoint, I can sell my work at reasonable prices, and people always have room for smaller pictures. So I've been a full time artist now for 25 years, but I came to art kind of through the back door. My first career was I was an aerospace engineer for the United States Navy, and that was a 25-year career. So now I'm 50 years into two careers. The first one was engineering, where I did do art along on the weekends, preparing for the second part, becoming a full time artist. It was always a dream of mine. And just to go back a ways to when I was a child, I liked art and I was always drawing. And I still have a copy of my first grade report card, and it says I was really quite the artist in the classroom, even though I was having trouble with the reading assignments. And then in the later 1960s, when I was in high school and it was time to pick a career, I really didn't consider art, and I was really into the space race and man going to the moon, and I was good at math and science, so I decided I was going to take a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering at Penn State, and that's what I did. And I put art on the back porch for a while, and then after I graduated from Penn State, I had to spend a couple years in the service, and I got a nice assignment in Germany. And for 2 years, besides my army duties, I did a lot of traveling, visited a lot of museums, and I got the art bug back into me. So after 2 years, I came home, got out of the army, and I got my aerospace engineering job with the United States Navy at the Naval Air Development Center in Warminster, Pennsylvania. And I was only doing that for about a year, and I decided that I would take up art seriously on the side. I took a watercolor class at a local high school at night. That's how amateur it was, but it got me going. And within a year, I was doing some local outdoor art shows, and I got pretty good at watercolor. And by the end of the 1970s, I was in the Rittenhouse Square show in Philadelphia. In fact, I've been to every one of them since then, like more than 40 of them. It's a really good show, and I enjoy doing it. I do other outdoor shows, but I've also had some one-person shows at some art galleries. I did a one-person show at the Rich Timmons Gallery in Doylestown, and I did two one-person shows at the Church Street Gallery in Westchester, and I had a nice one-person show at the Stover Mill Gallery in Arena, Pennsylvania. But I'll go almost anywhere to find collectors for my work. Um, Going back to like when I was a young engineer, I did a lot to like try to advance myself artistically. I remember hearing about Cape Ann up north of Boston, where Rockport is, and there was a lot of artists that have their homes and galleries there in that little town of Rockport. And I went up there and visited that town and talked to a lot of full-time artists, and that made a big impression on me. I remember one, really, he's a pretty famous artist. He has a Wikipedia page, Paul Trizik. I asked him, how do you get so good? How do you get to the point where you can sell art full time? And I told him I was doing watercolors, and he simply told me to cover a lot of paper, which meant to practice a lot. So that's what I did, and I did watercolors for maybe 15 years, and I discovered pastels, and for at least the last 25 years, I've been doing pastels, and I really like the immediacy of pastels. Um, there isn't any drying time. You just draw with them, and they're pretty quick. Like I do all my pictures in one sitting. Uh, I don't usually take more than 2 hours on any picture, and most of them aren't any bigger than 12 by 12 inches. And like I said before, I can explore a lot of subjects, and I don't even I used to go on art field trips, like looking for things to draw. But now I find that just my everyday life, I come up with ideas. Even if I go to a doctor's appointment in Philadelphia, I'll see something in the inner city that strikes my imagination, and I'll do a picture just from like like something I see running an urn into the city. So I look forward to getting back to doing some shows after missing them for the whole last year because of the pandemic. But possibly in June they'll have the Rittenhouse Square show and the show up at Penn State, and I plan to do them, and you can always maybe come visit me. Nice talking to you today. Again, thank you very much. Bye.